Hello, my name is Ali and welcome to my channel. We are back with Hakuoki Kyoto wins, Yamazaki's route. Let's go. September 1864. The closeness in the time between the battles at the Ikeda Inn and the Imperial Palace created significant civil unrest within Kyoto. The Shinsengumi redoubled their efforts to keep people safe, but the more they worked, the more the shogun put them to work. His approval of their activities meant more official business, and it stretched them thin. Even with recruits from Kyoto and Osaka, it wasn't enough. After many discussions, the Shinsengumi chose to recruit even more men from Edo, and Heisuke was tasked with preliminary scouting in the city. The hardened, sun-kissed, our burning cheeks as Kondo and I saw Heisuke off, his grin wide and his bags packed from the night before.
Well, I'll be on my way now. Make sure no one causes trouble while I'm gone.
Okay. I promise to help as much as I can.
Find us a good crop of men, Heisuke. I'll join you there next month.
The plan was for Heisuke to hit Edo early and scope the potential men, and have Kondo follow behind a month after to make the final say with recruits. Isn't there someone you mentioned wanting to see? I remember you saying something like that.
Oh, we never told you, Yukimura? I believe his name is Ito. He fights using the Hakushin Ito style, and word is, he's well versed in strategy.
Truth be told, I don't really know him well. I'm pretty sure he'll at least hear me out.
And that's more than enough. He's an imperialist, but if we approach him right, and with respect, he'll see fit to help us. I know he will.
Kondo nodded confidently, but Heisuke looked like he wasn't quite as sure.
Anyway, I'm off. I'll do my best to find information on Kyoto, too, while I'm there, so just wait until I get back.
Okay, be careful. I watched him go, and the smaller his back became, the lonelier I felt. When I couldn't see him anymore, my heart twinged. I glanced up at Kondo. You look happy. You're thinking about all the new warriors you're getting, right?
Yeah, seeing our numbers increase is a wonderful thing. If they're strong and able, even better.
He puffed out his chest and grinned. His relief at recruiting new members reflected just how worried he must have been. I hadn't realized how much we were struggling. Cute Kondo smile. Kondo kept his men close to his heart, and now he could smile. Time passed quickly after Heisuke left, and a month soon went by. The day for Kondo to leave for Edo was upon us, and I saw him off the next morning. I came across Kondo in the yard, mired in his thoughts. Hello, Kondo.
Oh, it's you, Yukimura. Is something the matter?
Oh, no, nothing like that. I was just thinking about how you'll be on your way to Edo tomorrow.
True enough. Can't leave Heisuke hanging for too long, right?
It will be a little lonely around here once you've left headquarters, too.
Don't worry. I'll only be gone a month. Toshi will take care of everything while I'm away.
He didn't know his kind generosity and Heisuke's bright personality kept me going day after day here. They were the highlights of my restrictive life. With both of them gone, Kondo hadn't even left yet, and I was already feeling an uncomfortable loneliness sweep over me. It must have shown on my face because he suddenly looked troubled.
Oh yeah, is there anything you want me to bring back for you from Edo? A memento from your hometown, perhaps?
Oh, no, I'm fine. You don't have to worry about me.
You sure? Is there anything else I can do for you? Anything that's in my power to grant, I will.
He was always so accommodating to me already. I didn't have any complaints. But there was something I desired for a while, but never had the nerve to ask before. Before you leave for Edo, could you train me?
Wait, are you talking about learning swordplay?
Yes.
Oh, no. That's a bad idea. I'm really aggressive when I teach. If I somehow hurt you, I wouldn't be able to face your father.
Oh.
But I have to say, that came out of nowhere. Did you have a reason?
His eyebrows furrowed in concern. We are going to say, I believe it's I stepped out of line, but I want to make sure. Yeah. I stepped out of line. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to trouble you at all. Please forget I asked." He was right. It did come out of nowhere, and it wasn't like he had a lot of free time either. To put it aside for someone not a part of the Shinsengumi, it was foolish.
Wait, I don't know why you want this, but when your face looks like that, I can't say no to you.
Huh?
I'll gladly train you. Well, so long as we don't go overboard and accidentally hurt you.
We found a cord to tie up my sleeves and set about training me. Normal Shinsengumi training revolved around real-life sparring with wooden swords. Kondo decided to go easy on me with a bamboo stick.
Let's get started. I have to warn you though, Tenin Rishin style is a little rough.
Right. I'm ready.
Okay, let's begin with checking your stance. You said you were trained before, correct?
Yes. It was mostly for self-defense, but I did receive instruction in fighting with a Kadachi.
Good. That means you don't have to learn a new form. Get into the stance you've been taught.
Okay. Tee. Bamboo stick in hand, I moved into the familiar stance that I'd memorized during my training.
Too weak.
Like a whip, his harsh words stung as he barked.
If someone moves to attack you from the front, first thing they'll reach is your sword and your sword arm. They'll knock your sword away if your grip is too weak. You must keep an eye out for that.
Okay. He hit me with the full brunt of his stringent teaching. I could see he was taking this seriously. He wasn't going easy on me because I was a girl.
Now you're holding on too tight. Given your slight build, you should do your best to avoid a strike from the front. To do that, you'll have to dodge or redirect the impact, but if you're grasping your sword tightly...
With Kondo's instruction, I practiced swinging the sword over and over, doing my best to learn and retain everything he was teaching me.
Oh, it's getting late.
His words brought my head up, and I blinked. The sun set without me realizing, pooling below, and the sky was now shades of red and purple. Suddenly, in the real world again, fatigue slammed into me and I collapsed to my knees. Thank you for doing this for me. Every limb was shaking, my clothes completely drenched in sweat. I sucked in air like I couldn't get enough of it. Kondo glanced over at me when I fell to the ground, and his strict teaching expression immediately switched to one of deep concern.
I'm sorry, Yukimura. What was I doing? I got so into it that I started pushing you way too hard.
I'm fine. The fact that you forgot and ended up teaching me that way, even though I'm not your student. Thank you. It made me really happy.
I see. If that's how you feel, then I'm glad there's a bright side to this at least.
His face was a mixture of relief and guilt.
I am very sorry. I haven't trained anyone like this since the old days, so I kind of fell back into it.
You mean before you came to Kyoto?
Right. Toshi, Soji, and Jen learned Tenin Rishin with me back at Shie Hall. Sanon, Todo, Nagakura, and Harada joined us a little later. Oh, and Saito would come by sometimes too. We don't have the free time much anymore, but we used to test our skills against each other in bouts nearly every day.
If I remembered correctly, talk of the old days came up once one night, when everyone was well into their sake. Kondo's family were farmers, but it was discovered that he had remarkable skill at sword fighting. The owner of Shie Hall decided to adopt him so he could continue training, and that's where he met Hijikata, along with everyone else. It must have been rough doing all that training.
Yes, it was quite harsh, but strangely fulfilling, in a different way than our work now.
He gazed off into the distance, clearly reminiscing, and I felt a tiny pang of envy. If I had been born and raised near Mibu, would I have met all of them under different, better circumstances? Kondo turned to look down at me kindly, a gentle smile on his face.
Earlier you said you weren't my student, but...
Huh?
Since I, a 4th-generation master of Tenin Rishin, spent today training you, that more or less means you're now a disciple of the style as well. That would make you a student like Toshi, Soji, and Jen.
Thank you. It was obviously not official, and it was barely a day worth of instruction, but I was happy. I couldn't stop smiling. My heart felt so light. Kondo, I'm so grateful. Thank you for today. He's so sweet. My mind and heart were still reflecting on the wonderful thing that just happened. I returned to my room with my head held high. I'd been staying there for a while now, but sometimes I still felt like I was baggage to them. They needed me for one thing and one thing only. That sounds bad, but I was never really part of them, nor did I belong. But now, Kondo's words filled in some of the holes in my heart. Just a little, but I treasured the feeling. Smiling, I collapsed onto my futon. The strain and fatigue from earlier was a good feeling, and I let it drag me under to sleep. Come on. All right. Chapter 3, February 1865. Here's Chikage. Here we go. The dawn of the new year arrived. It was February of 1865, and we finished eating breakfast. I was carrying a plate full of tea and opened the door to the common room. Tea's ready.
Oh, thank you, Kimura.
I made my way around the room, pouring a cup of tea for each person there, making sure not to spill. He gave me a warm smile as I handed him his tea.
There's nothing quite so delicious as hot tea on a cold day.
Thank you. I felt a flush of pride at his words, even though I knew quite well that serving tea was hardly impressive. Just the same, I felt as if I was helping out in a way, and that was a nice feeling. Then Hichikata spoke, and his words brought me back to the present.
The Yagi have been good to us so far, but this place is getting crowded.
True. It is getting a little small, especially with all the new guys coming in.
If we could move to a bigger place, that'd be great. Some of the guys in the dorm looked stiff.
Yeah, the guys over at Meikawa residence are practically smushed sushi, the way they sleep. To be a young grunt these days, I pity them. If only there was something we could do. Easy for us to say, but imagine trying to find who else is willing to let us stay at their place. I mean, we are Kyoto's most hated. A person sitting beside Kondo pointed at the map spread upon the table.
I hate this dude.
Oh, what of this? Nishi Hanwanji Temple,
The Nishi Hanwanji Temple? I can't see any reason for them to accept us.
But there are no other locations big enough to accommodate a living space for a few hundred men. And besides, the tactical advantage of this temple would allow us to fortify in times of panic. This man was Kashitaro Ito, recruited by Heisuke a few months ago as the Shinsengumi's military advisor and deputy commander. He developed his notoriety teaching Hokushin Ito at his dojo, and he is known for his scholarliness. Additionally, it is well known that the Nishi used to shelter the Choshi Ronin. If we move to the Nishi Hanwanji Temple, it would be an advantageous, I don't even know how to frickin' say that, hiding spot from the Ronin. I swear I stumble on that every route.
Oh, I see. Very good points. I can't believe you put this much detail into it.
Kondo seemed very impressed by Ito's suggestion, but a silent voice of protest arose. You don't think it's somewhat uncouth to use force against men of the cloth? Ito's brows twitched, as if disturbed by the idea, and he faced Sanan directly. Would you say that the Choshi Ronin who inhabited the temple and did as they pleased? But aren't you nice, Sanan? You're even considering the feelings of outlaw Ronin who actively disrupt the peace of Kyoto.
Ito's deflection of Sanon's words left a bitter taste in everyone's mouth, including Sanon.
I agree that this extremist imperial nationalist party must be dealt with, but this seems...
So? What are you saying? When we meet in battle, do you expect them to respect the Shinsengumi on name alone and to engage in a fight fair and square? Wouldn't it be just peachy if all those Choshi Ronin were on their best behavior like a Kamakura warrior? Saburo, watch your mouth now, darling. Ah, my mistake. Couldn't help myself. The other man beside Ito was Saburo Miki, who joined at the same time as Ito. Allegedly, he was Ito's younger brother by blood. They look nothing alike. Nothing at all. My apologies, everyone. This young one here has a tendency to let his mouth run free, you see. So, Sanon, don't take it too personally. I'm sure we need a person like you to make the Shinsengumi succeed. Even if your left arm is useless, your indubitable wit and book smarts shall prove useful, I'm sure. I'm going to let you guys go here, and I hope you are enjoying. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!